100% American made. And darn proud of it. The Charlie Kirk Show.
All right, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. I want to tell you about whyrefi.com. Did you know that private student loan debt in the United States totals over $300 billion, and about $45 billion of that is labeled as distressed? So why refi? What do? They refinance distressed or defaulted private student loan that others will not even touch. They provide you with a custom loan payment, and this is the key, a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. It's not based on your credit. It's not based on how much you owe. They want to make sure that you can make your payment. So when the payment on your distressed or defaulted private student loans is so big that you can never get ahead in your finances, YRefi is 100% surely your best option. YRefi can save you thousands of dollars by refinancing and even lowering your total cost. You can finally take control of your student loan situation with a plan that works for your monthly budget. So please give YRefi a chance to help you out. And you can get mom and dad off the loan, or if you are mom and dad and you're trying to get off of that loan, you got to check out YRefi. They don't care what your credit score is, and they will give you a 3-minute rate check without any credit impact. Bad credit is accepted. And so they handle all of your concerns in one place. Just give them a call. Trust me, 888-YRefi34. That's 888-YRefi34, or log on to yrefy.com. That's YREFY.com. YREFY.com. May not be available in all 50 states. Nevertheless, give it a try. Check it out. Hopefully they can help you, as they've helped so many people, including Turning Point in this show. They're amazing, amazing patriots. All right, Jack, so we're going to get deeper into this, into some of the polling. And we're talking about the Zoran effect. President Trump is saying, listen, I don't necessarily like Cuomo, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the Democrat all the time. So I want to get your thoughts on that. This whole Sliwa Cuomo thing. It's probably too late, but we're going to see the undecideds pick the lesser of two evils, essentially, is what these undecideds feel like they're doing. Get into that and so much more. Welcome back, National Radio, in about 5 seconds.
No, I can't. We can't. No, I completely oppose this.
Disavow.
Completely disavow.
Disavow.
No more Thanksgiving erasure. We cannot have Thanksgiving erasure.
Man. Amen to that. I guess that was a favor to one of the team members. That team member will have to take credit for that song on their own.
Is he one of these guys who puts up their... I know people who put up their Christmas lights on November 1st.
I saw a report that Mariah Carey apparently makes like $2 to $3 million a year just on royalties from that song.
I don't believe it. I mean, excuse me. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, no, I totally think it's true. And so she's like all about start Christmas at November 1st.
Of course.
I'm not about it. Listen, as somebody with 3 kids, I will tell you, they enjoy Christmas, but the parents are the ones that suffer with 2 months of Christmas. It just needs to be one. We'll have a great Christmas season, the nativity season. It's beautiful, but you only need once. You only need one, all right?
No, I'm not. Now, I will say what we do is...
You can put up Christmas lights
early. What we do, though, is that the tree stays up until Epiphany. So we keep the tree up until the Feast of the Magi.
What day is
January 6th?
January 6th. Oh, yeah. So, no, I'm okay with that. That's fine. I will say that I'm pretty keen to get the tree out as soon as possible because we like real trees, not that plastic crap.
We do real trees. Only real trees.
But then it starts, the needles start falling everywhere.
You got to take care of them, Andrew.
I try.
You need your tree grow.
We are getting off topic. This is a breaking news show. We are going to keep the news coming. Let's go ahead and play Cup 44. This is Trump on Mamdani or Cuomo.
What if Mamdani becomes mayor?
It's going to be hard for me as the president to give a lot of money to New York because if you have a communist running New York, all you're doing is wasting the money you're sending there. So I don't know that he's won, and I'm not a fan of Cuomo one way or the other, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the bad Democrat all the time, to be honest with you.
So, Jack, there's been a debate about what to do for Sliwa voters in New York City. Cernovich, who's a friend of ours, is very, very adamant that it should not be Sliwa's job to drop out of the race on Cuomo's behalf or for Team Sanity's behalf. What's your take on that?
Well, I get where Mike's coming from in the sense that it's Democrats that ran New York into the ground, right? Giuliani was a great Republican. Bloomberg came in initially as a Republican, then as an independent. And then de Blasio comes in, and you've had this slew of Democrats, and then Adams, and now we'll see what we get, probably a communist coming up here tomorrow. So the fact that why should Republicans get the blame for Democrats running America's greatest city into the ground? I totally get that. From a political standpoint, though, I can also see the other side of the argument saying that, look, the entire city has been terraformed by demographics. And for all the people who say, oh, 9/11, never forget what happened, never forget, the people that are voting for Zoran Mamdani, either, number one, weren't Americans on 9/11. Zoran Mamdani wasn't even an American citizen when Donald Trump was first elected to office.
They don't have anything to remember in the first place.
There's nothing to remember. Or they're so young that it's like something they saw on YouTube, but they don't really have any direct memory of what it was like. So, what you really got going on now is this sort of dichotomy between the new New Yorkers and the old New Yorkers. And Donald Trump is an old New Yorker. He remembers the Cuomo family when it was Mario Cuomo, when New York was the kind that had Mario Cuomo was in office, right, as governor, and Curtis Sliwa was out there doing what? Keeping the subways safe. And this was the era of Bernie Getz. This was the era when crime and murder was so bad. This is the pre-Giuliani era. That's what the Guardian Angels were all about, and that's what Curtis was all about. So Mamdani comes in, and this is an entirely new version of New York that's trying to fight old New York.
Check out, throw up image 96. This is foreign-born population. So the 62%
there you go
of his support comes from foreign-born.
And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If you import the third world, you will get a guy coming in like Zoran Mamdani
that eats rice with his hands,
eats disgusting slop with his hands, and by the way, turns around and you can go on his Twitter account and find all of his anti-white tweets. And I don't mean from like years and years ago. I mean like from months and months ago.
This guy hates America. He hates what he thinks is European capitalist. White culture. He wants to. He guilt-tripped Cuomo for not visiting a mosque, for not being able to name one. I mean, that shouldn't be happening in America. You shouldn't have to sort of go pander to the Muslim minority of your city. I mean, what are there 700,000 Muslims now in New York City?
And now it's part of the voting base of the city.
Yeah, totally. Throw up image 95. This is Real Clear Politics. This is a polling average. Has Mamdani up 14.7. However, you mentioned Atlas Intel. I wanted to throw this up. So this is a poll from the last 5 days of October, so it's pretty recent. It has a very, very tight race. And what's frustrating is that we've seen in the polling where if Cuomo and Sliwa would have consolidated their support, they would have beat him, and then it looked like Mamdani was just so far ahead they couldn't even beat him. Well, this one shows that Cuomo's at 34%. He's only 7 points behind Mamdani already, and Sliwa's at 24. If they combine, they would absolutely beat him. All right, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.